Hello everyone, this is the 35th question set of my database management systems video series. In the previous video, we entered some data into our database. Now again, we have to add some data in this video too. Okay, here's the first one. Enter the data in the table below in the brand table. Okay. And this is the table brand ID and brand name, and these are the there are 4 records, DSI, Bata, Nike, those are brand names. So let's add these data. Okay, now I opened Hades SQL browser. Here you can see this is our database RLEDB, and these are the tables here. These are the older data we entered earlier, and this is the brand table. Here it's empty. Now we can add our data using queries. I'm going to use the query method. So here's the first one. Let's add this data. First one is DSI. Okay, insert into RLEDB dot brand table. To this brand table, now we have to mention our table names, but in this case you can see we are going to add all the data here. We can add number 1 to the brand ID and DSI to the brand name, but in this case here, if you go to the table settings, you can see brand ID is auto incremented, so we don't have to enter this data manually. It will automatically add numbers in incrementing order. Okay, now if we are going to enter some specific data into specific columns, we have to mention that name, that column name. So in this case I am going to mention that name. Now we are going to add data to brand name, brand table dot brand name. Okay, values, these are the values. Okay, first one is DSI. Okay, let's execute this query and let's see whether this data enters or not. Here, now let's see, let's refresh the table. You can see we entered the first record to our brand table. Now let's use this method and enter other details to this table too. Here are the other 3 data, Bata, Nike and Puma. Okay, let's clear this out and write that again. Insert into RLEDB. Okay, Bata, and here's the next one. Insert into RLEDB dot brand table Nike, and here's the last one. Insert into RLEDB dot brand table Puma. Okay, these are the 3 data. Now let's execute these 3 queries. Now let's refresh our brand table. Okay, these are the complete set of data in our brand table. Now we complete the first part of our question. Now let's move on to the second one. Enter the data into the table below into the product table. Okay, now we have to enter these records into our product table. Okay, here's the first one. There are 4 columns or attributes: a product ID, product name, description and brand ID. Now first of all, let's see the table settings, table configuration here. This is the product table. Here you can see it's empty now for now. and this is the table configuration. In this table, the product ID is auto incremented, so we don't have to enter that data, but we have to enter data to other three columns: product name, description, and brand ID. But before that, here you can see brand ID is a foreign key, so we have to go to our brand table and see whether there are data already entered to this table. If this table is empty, we cannot enter data to the product table because there is no data we can work with in the brand table. Okay, now we already enter these details to brand table, so we can enter data to our product table. Now let's enter these details. Here's the first one, product ID. We don't have to enter this data. Product name, Sparks Men's, and description, this one, and brand ID is number 2. So let's do that part. Here in the query tab, let's delete this one and write a new query. Insert into, this time, AraliaDB dot product table, and again we have to mention the attributes we are going to enter. We are going to insert. Okay, product name. Let's put this attribute name within gray question marks, and next one is in product table, description, and the last one is brand ID. Okay, now we can add our values within brackets, and here's the first value. Let's copy the value, product name, this one, and the description, here, and here's the last value in our column. The brand ID is number 2. Okay, now let's test this one. Let's execute this query and check whether the data inserted or not. Here you can see our data inserted correctly. Now we can use this query to enter other details. Okay, let's clear this one and write a new one. Insert into AraliaDB and product table. Here are the attributes. Okay, first one is in the second record, first value is this one, and here's the second value. Okay, here's the last value. Sorry, brand ID is number 2. Okay, now let's write another query. Insert into this is the first value in our third record, this one. Here's the second one. Let's copy the description and paste it on here. Okay, this is the last one. Brand ID is number 3. Okay, let's write another insert query. Insert into this one. Sorry. Within single quotes, we have to enter our details. Okay. This is the description of the fourth record, and here's the final one. Brand ID is number 1. Okay, let's write another insert query. Insert in. Okay, here's the first value in our final record. And this is the second one, and here's the final one. Brand ID is number 4. Okay, now we can execute these 4 queries. Let me show all the queries here. These are all the queries, and let's execute this one. Okay, let's refresh our product table. Here you can see all the details are entered through our query method. Okay, here we completed the second part of our question set. Now let's move on to the third one. Enter the data in the table below into the GRN table. Okay, now again there's a new table called GRN. We have to add this data into that table too. Let's see that GRN table. Here you can see it's empty, and here's the table configuration. As usual, GRN ID is auto incremented, so we don't have to enter GRN ID, and we have to enter only GRN date and user ID. But before that, here again I have to mention that user ID is a foreign key, so we have to check in our user table whether there's data already recorded in our user table or not. Otherwise, if we write a insert query to GRN table, it will not execute. Here you can see in our user table there are data, so we can we can complete entering data to our GRN table. Okay, let's clear these insert queries and check our data set. Here's the table, and these are the 4 records we have to enter. Let's enter the first one. Insert into RLEDB, and this time GRN table. Here are the attribute names. We have to enter data to GRN date and GRN, sorry, in the GRN table user ID. Let's put this attribute name with engrave as and marks. Okay, here, and now we can enter our values. Okay, here's the first value, date. We have to enter the date. you can see in the date attribute we are entering date and also the time. So in the GRN table you can see the data type is date time. Okay, now user ID is 4. Okay, now let's check this query by executing this one. Here you can see the query executed without any errors. Now let's refresh this one. Here you can see there's a single record in our GRN table. Now we can use this query to enter the details. Okay, insert into AraliaDB and GRN table, and the second data set is this date and user ID is number 4. Okay, let's write other queries to insert other records too. Insert in, this is the third date and user ID is number 5. Okay, insert into, and this is the last date and user ID is also number 5. Now let's execute these insert queries. Here 3 rows affected, that means our 3 queries executed without errors. You can see our data is here. Now we completed the third part of our question. Let's move on to the fourth one. Okay, enter the data in the table below in the GRN item table. Okay, there's another table called GRN item table. This table has a relationship with GRN table. You can see GRN ID foreign to this GRN item table. Now we can enter this data. Before that, let's check the GRN item table. This is the table configuration. You can see there's no auto incremented values here. So okay, this table looks normal and we can enter details, but actually if we go to the GRN ID table, GRN table, there's data recorded in this table, and if we go to the product table, you can see there are details. Also there are details in our product table too, but here in the stock table you can see it's also a foreign key. So in the stock table you can see there's no data in this stock table. So we cannot enter data to this GRN item table without filling this stock table. Otherwise the query will not going to be executed. So we have to enter data to stock table first. So we have to skip this question number 4 and go to the next one. Here in the question 5 you can see enter the data in the table below into the stock table. Now we can enter this table first. We have to enter this data first into our stock table, and then we have to complete the GRN item table. So let's do that one. In the stock table, here let's go to the stock table and table configuration. You can see stock ID is auto incremented and quantity, and here's the other attribute selling price. Okay, there are only 2 attributes. We have to enter data. The stock ID is auto incremented. Okay, now I'm going to enter the data into our stock table. So let's clear this insert query and insert into AraliaDB. This time not GRN item table, the stock table, and let's mention our attribute names. in stock table, stock ID, sorry, not stock ID, in stock table, quantity and selling price. Okay, these are the two data we are going to enter. Okay, now we can enter our values, and here's the first value, quantity 20, selling price 400. And again insert into RLADB, quantity 30 and selling price 350. Okay, here's the next query, insert into RL, quantity 40 and selling price is 300. And again here's the next insert query, insert into RLADB and stock table, quantity 31, selling price 300. And here's the final set of data into our stock table, quantity 35 and selling price is 1650. Okay, let's execute this set of queries. Here you can see 5 rows affected. That means our query is executed without any errors. Here in the stock table there are 5 records here. Now we can enter data into our GRN table. So we complete the 5th part. Now let's move back to the 4th question. Enter data into GRN item table. Okay, now let's clear this one, clear this queries and write a new one. Insert into RLADB and this time GRN item table, and in this case you can see there's no auto incremented values, so we have to enter every data. If we have to enter every data, we don't need to specify any attribute name specially, so we can skip these commas, sorry, skip these brackets and directly enter our values. And here is the first query, GRN ID 1, product ID 2, and quantity 35 and unit price is 350. Selling price 400 and stock ID is number 1. Okay, and this is the query. Let's execute this one. Here you can see query executed and affected 1 row. Now let's refresh this one. Here you can see our data inserted into our GRN item table without any errors. So we can use this query to enter other details. So let's enter that one. Insert into RLADB. Okay, this is the third one. Insert into RLADB and GRN item table. values, and here's the fourth one, insert into Aurelia DB GRN item table values. Okay, here's the final query, insert into Aurelia DB GRN item table values. Okay, here are the four queries. We insert the first data in our first query. Now let's execute these queries. Okay, there's an error in our query set. Okay, you can see this is the error in our question here, GRN ID. You can see the GRN ID repeated twice here. GRN ID is number 1 in the first record and also number 1 in the second record. This is a mistake. I think the GRN ID of the second row should be number 2. So that's the problem. Now let's refresh the table. You can see we can delete this data, and sorry, here in the table the GRN ID can be duplicate, but here in the GRN ID table you can see the last ID, the last record, the GRN ID is number 5, but in the GRN table you can see there's no GRN ID called number 5. So that's the error. There's no data to foreign, so we have to change that data 5 to 4. Okay, let's execute this set of queries. In the GRN item table you can see there's only one record. Now let's execute these ones. Here four queries executed without any errors. So now I think we troubleshoot our question. Here all 5 records are recorded in our GRN item table. Now we completed the 4th part and the 5th part. Now let's move on to the 6th one. Enter the data in the table below into the invoice table. Okay, there are 3 records in our invoice table. Let's check the invoice table first. Let's go to the table configuration. You can see invoice ID is auto implemented, so we don't have to enter the data. Only the date ID and user ID should enter. Again, in the user table you can see there are data recorded in this table, so we can enter data into the invoice table without any errors. Okay, now let's write our insert query. Let's clear these insert queries. Now write a new one, insert into Aurelia DB, this time invoice table. This time you can see we have to mention our attribute names again, because we are not going to enter the invoice ID by ourselves, date and user ID. Okay, date and user ID. Now we can enter our values. Here's the first one. Let's copy this data. Date and user ID is number 3. Let's write the next one, insert into Aurelia DB again, copy the date and then user ID is number 3. Now let's write our last query to our invoice table, insert into Aurelia DB invoice. This is the date and user ID is number 7. Before that, let's go to our user table and make sure there's a record with user ID number 7. Here you can see the last one is number 7. So in the invoice table we can enter number 7 as the user ID. Okay, now let's execute these 3 queries. You can see queries executed without any errors. Now let's refresh the table. Here these are the 3 data. Now we completed the 6th part. Let's move to the final question. Enter the data in the table below into the invoice item table. So as the GRN table, there's another table called invoice item, and it has a relationship with invoice table. So these are the data. Now let's enter this data into this invoice ID table. But before that, let's check the table structure here. The invoice item ID is auto incremented, and quantity invoice ID, that's the foreign key from invoice table, and again there's another foreign key to the stock table, stock ID foreign from the stock table. So we entered data into our stock table. That means we can enter the stock ID without any errors into our invoice item table. Now let's enter the details using queries insert into RLADB invoice item. You can see the invoice item ID is auto incremented, so we don't have to enter that data. That means we have to mention the quantity, invoice ID and stock ID in our query. Okay, quantity, and invoice ID the last one is stock ID. Okay, now we can enter our values. First one, invoice ID 1, stock ID and quantity. We have to change the structure of our query. Invoice ID first, stock ID, then quantity. Okay, invoice ID first and then stock ID, and after that quantity. Okay, invoice ID 1, stock ID 1 and quantity 10. Okay, okay, let's execute this query. Here one row affected, that means our query is okay. Here these are the data. Now we can use this query to enter other details. Insert into RLADB invoice item table. This time invoice ID 1, again stock ID 1 and quantity 2. 1 and 2, and this is the next query. Insert. Okay, invoice ID number 2 and stock ID 2 and quantity 4. Again insert into Aralia DB, invoice ID 3, stock ID 3 and quantity 6. Okay, here's the last one. Insert invoice ID 4, stock ID 3 and quantity 2. 4, 3, 2. Okay, now we completed our query set. Now let's execute these queries. Here you can see, sorry, there's another error again, a foreign key constraint fail. That means there's some data, I think that's a foreign key. There's a foreign key we entered to our query, but there's no value in the foreign table corresponds with our value in the query. So let's find that one. You can see here in the invoice item table, our we executed 4 queries, but only 3 queries are correct. Here this is the first query and second one and third one. Only the fourth query have an error. In this one you can see that one didn't execute, and there's no data of the fourth query, so that's the error. So in the invoice item table, here in the invoice ID is number 4. Now let's go to our invoice table and check whether there's a invoice ID with number 4. You can see in the invoice table there's only 3 invoice IDs, 1, 2 and 3. So this one should change to number 3 or other IDs like 1 or 2. Now let's change this one to 3. Now let's execute this single query. You can see that query executed without any errors. Now let's refresh our invoice item table. Here you can see this should change to 5. Here you can see our fourth query, actually the fifth record entered without any errors. Invoice ID is number 3 again. Okay, I think we completed our question set 35. Let's see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.